Hi there, John T. Hickmott here. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to explain what the term allowing actually means. It's a phrase we use all the time in the mind-body approach to getting lasting relief from chronic symptoms, but for most people, it's vague, confusing, and hard to actually apply. You'll hear things like, just allow it, let it be, sit with it, and people are left thinking, okay, but what does that actually mean? How do I do that? And how do I know if I'm doing it right? Allowing is something we typically practice inside something like meditation because meditation gives you a simple, safe container to notice what's happening inside you and to practice not trying to change it, which is the essence of allowing. So when I reference meditation in this video, it's because it's one of the main ways we train the skill of allowing. You'll also hear phrases like be with it, do nothing, or become the observer. And again, they sound simple, or maybe they don't. But when you actually try to do them, it can feel unclear, frustrating, or even pointless. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what these phrases mean in practice, what allowing actually looks like, how to do it step by step, and why this approach can feel like the complete opposite of how we've been taught to heal in Western society, which is exactly why it confuses so many people when they start. So if you've ever sat down trying to allow, trying to meditate and thinking, what am I actually supposed to be doing here? This video will make it very, very clear. So if you've been in the mind-body space for a while, you'll know this idea that chronic symptoms like any type of pain, IBS, back pain, fatigue, anxiety are often linked to the repression of emotions, and that healing means learning how to stop repressing and to start allowing what's there. If you don't fully understand that yet, I've got other videos where I break that down in detail, so please go and watch them. But for now, just know this. The antidote to healing chronic symptoms is allowing. So in this video, we're going to talk about what that actually means in practice and why it can feel so confusing at first, because most of us have been taught that healing means something completely different. It means calming yourself down, relax your breath, stretch something, fix something. And we've been taught that you'll know it's working because you can feel better straight away. But with this allowing approach, we're doing something very different. We're not trying to change what's happening. We're not trying to breathe it away. We're not trying to fix it. We're not trying to stretch it out or relax the body. We're learning how to let it be exactly as it is. And we're not searching for immediate relief from letting it be as it is either. In fact, things won't often feel relieving straight away. A very important distinction is that allowing is not about self-soothing, it's about self-discovery. We're learning how to attend to and navigate through a very uncomfortable internal experience in meditation, and how doing so can give us lasting relief from chronic symptoms. So, what does this actually look like? What does allowing actually look like? How do we do it? At its core, allowing is very simple. It's something we often practice in meditation, as I've said. The first thing we're instructed to do in the meditation is to notice what's happening. And then we practice letting what you notice be exactly the way it is. Let the breath be heavy if it wants to. Let the body feel tense, numb, or restless if it wants to. Let emotions rise and fall as they need to. Nothing needs to be different. Intensity, numbness, and chaos are all welcome. And what that really means in practice is placing your attention on what's happening, observing it, witnessing it, and staying with it. That's why you'll hear phrases like become the observer or become the witness in mindfulness spaces, because your attention is the thing doing the work when you're allowing. You're not fixing, you're not changing, you're just noticing and staying with what's there. So instead of allowing being this thing you have to do, it's actually a lot simpler than people make it out to be. You're just placing your attention on what's already there in the meditation and noticing if anything in you is trying to change what's there. That's it. That's allowing. So let's say you sit down to meditate, you close your eyes, and you bring attention to your body, a very common focal point in meditation. What you'll notice very quickly is that something is happening. There might be sensations in the body, there might be emotions, there might be thoughts, or there might be nothing. Numbness is very common in meditation. I'll speak about that in more detail in a bit. So you notice what's happening. And in simple terms, the objective of allowing is to notice what's arising and to just keep your attention on it. Nothing needs to be different. Let things get bigger, smaller, or stay the same, or go away and come back if they want to. This teaches the mind and the body that you're safe. You're safe to exist in an internal experience that you've been avoiding. So you can be with the emotions, you can be with the body. And over time, the more you allow what's arising in meditation, it no longer needs to create symptoms to get your attention. But in practice, here's what everyone notices very quickly in their meditation when they try to allow. They struggle to allow what's happening because they don't like what's happening. If there's anxiety, they want it to go away. If there's tension, they want to relax it. If there's numbness, they want to feel something. If there's confusion, they think they're doing it wrong. They think things need to be clear. So the first thing you're probably going to notice in an allowing practice or meditation is noticing what's there and noticing that parts of you don't like it. I don't like this emotion. I don't like this sensation. The second thing you're going to notice is all the parts of you trying to change it, trying to fix it, trying to escape the experience, trying to make the experience better in some way. You will notice a lot of parts of you who do not want to allow. In fact, these parts often become the main thing that you're going to notice, particularly in the early stages of learning meditation. So the early stages of meditation becomes about recognizing the parts that want to fix, the parts that want relief, the parts that think you're doing it wrong, the parts that are searching for something, the parts that do not want to allow. And when you look closely at those parts of you, you'll notice something underneath all of them. Fear. Fear of doing it wrong. Fear it's not working. Fear you won't get better. Fear of what might happen if you allow things. What's going to happen if I let this emotion be here or I let this sensation be here? So in meditation, there's this constant dance happening. You're learning to notice what's arising and you're learning to notice the parts of you trying to change it. But in meditation, you stay with parts however they show up, whether it's fear or restlessness or parts searching for something, which is often just different manifestations of fear. Especially early on, you're doing a lot of noticing fear and allowing it to be there over and over again because your system doesn't yet trust that allowing certain states of being are safe. So it pushes back. It says no. It says we need to fix this. And so your practice early on becomes learning how to be with that fear. You're not trying to actually push away the parts of you that are trying to fix things. You're trying to allow those parts of you as well. If you're not feeling fear strongly and you're just feeling numb, because that's a lot of people, that's also completely fine. That's just what your system is presenting right now. Numbness isn't a problem. It's a state of being, and often it's the exact state that you're being asked to be with in that moment, because numbness didn't happen by accident. It happened because your system learned, probably for years, probably for decades, that feeling wasn't safe. So it shuts things down. So when you feel nothing, that's not a mistake, that's the work. Your job isn't to get past the numbness or search for something deeper. You don't have to excavate. Your job is to place your attention on the numbness itself, to stay with it, to observe it, and allow it to be there as well. I can just feel numb. Your system will only allow you to feel more once you first start practicing allowing yourself to feel nothing. I'll do a whole video on this idea of numbness and how it's not an accident. It's something we learn to work with. So check my videos, because at the time of watching this, I may have released it by now, because it's definitely an important subject. Now, something really important to understand is why the need for allowing in the first place. Why is our nervous system so incentivized to get us to allow things? And it's doing so by giving us symptoms. Why does it want us to allow? Symptoms are not there to distract you. They're here to guide us. Your mind and body is trying to bring you back to feeling over and over again, because when you can allow fear to be here, when you can allow numbness to be here, when you can allow discomfort to be here, you change how you live your everyday life. When you can allow yourself to exist in an uncomfortable internal experience in an allowing meditation, your external experience in your everyday life will follow suit. You stop people pleasing. You'll learn to stop trying to be perfect. You'll start to set boundaries more. You'll make different decisions in your life. You'll feel more like the person that you were always meant to be. You'll feel more like yourself. And so this allowing practice isn't just about symptoms going away. It's about coming back to yourself. Now, If all of this sounds complex, that's normal. I know it often does at the beginning. It can sound like a lot, but in practice, it really is very simple. This allowing practice, you notice what's happening, you place your attention on it, often in a meditation, and you just stay. That's it. The understanding of this comes from doing it consistently, not just learning about it, and often with guidance. Let's bring this all together, actually. Allowing is sitting with what's there, doing nothing, and just staying with it. Doing nothing, staying with it, allowing it all means the same thing. You notice what's happening inside you and you just let it be there without trying to change it. And if parts of you are trying to change what's arising, you also let these parts of you be here too. So you also let fear show up over and over again if it needs to, even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. And over time, that changes everything with your symptoms and with your life. Not because you forced anything to change, but because you finally stopped trying to. You finally just allowed things to be as they are. If you'd like to try to do this allowing practice, there are plenty of allowing meditations on my YouTube channel, so please go have a look, subscribe to the channel. If you're already trying these meditations and need some guidance, then please ask questions below in the comments, or feel free to book a free call with me to talk it through. You can also join our pain relief community and do a course on understanding all of this in depth. You can find links for all of that in my caption below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. There are always a lot of questions about what allowing actually means, so I hope this video really cleared that up. Allowing simply means noticing what's there, emotions in the body, the breath, and keeping your attention on it, letting it get big if it needs to, letting it stay the same if it needs to, letting it go away and come back if it needs to. What you'll notice is that the practice will feel uncomfortable. You won't get immediate relief. In fact, often the very purpose of an allowing practice is to finally let your body express itself, finally let fear get as big as it needs to, finally let sensations get as big as they need to, finally let yourself cry, let yourself feel shame, let yourself feel embarrassed, let yourself feel fear again and again. I keep mentioning fear. I have a whole video on fear that you should definitely go watch if you haven't done so yet. So the purpose of allowing is to notice what's there. There won't be immediate relief from doing so. You'll often notice sensations and emotions will get bigger. Even if there's numb, even if there's nothing, that's also a state of being that's welcome. You needn't force yourself to feel anything. You just need to exist in the numbness, allow that to stay and be numb as long as it needs to. You'll notice a lot of parts of you trying to change the experience, trying to fix it. You let those parts of you be here as well. Mindfulness teachers, for a long time, when they were teaching this type of mindfulness, it really was just about, in each millisecond of the meditation, allowing exactly what's occurring for you to exist. If everything feels numb, let it be that way. The next second you feel a bit of fear, let the fear be there. Notice what happens when you let the fear get bigger. Maybe it gets bigger, maybe it stays the same, maybe it goes away and comes back. Allowing just means noticing what's there and staying with it. Any questions you have, please ask below. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Hopefully hear from you soon.